The Cookout 400 for Martinsville Speedway. Another short track race with the NASCAR Next Gen car. And as has been the case with most of these short tracks in the Next Gen for NASCAR, just not easy to pass. Felt like whoever got out in front in the Cookout 400 kind of controlled the race. You saw it with Josh Berry on older tires early in stage one. Joey Logano ends up winning stage one. You saw it with Denny Heelmlin in stage two. And then at the end of the race, I mean, Denny Heelmlin, once he got the lead, felt like he just absolutely controlled it. Chase Elliott led for quite a bit of the race, but again, the real story is just not being able to pass in the pack and these short track races for the next gen car. Obviously, NASCAR still has a way to go, some ways to go to get that product where they want it to be. I don't want to bash it too much because I think NASCAR is trying to improve the product, but it just wasn't the best race on Sunday. I don't think there's any way to sugarcoat that. Again, Denny Heelmlin does get the victory, snaps a winless streak, I believe 31 races for the 11 team. Some good momentum for that squad. Obviously, a great celebration. I love that Denny Heelmlin's embracing the heel role in NASCAR. Another great run for Bubba Wallace. Want to bring that up. This 23 team seems to really have some speed. Going to be interesting to see what they do moving forward. Again, Chase Elliott was good on the short track, so going to be watching him as the season progresses, especially on these short track style of circuits. That's really all I have from the Cookout 400, but I do want to talk about Saturday's Xfinity race. 14 cautions, and it just felt like a general lack of respect from the field. Obviously, we've seen fines and penalties come out from that race. Sammy Smith penalized for his move in the last corner of the last lap where he dumped Taylor Gray. No other way to describe that move going into the final corner other than just flat out dumping the guy. Austin Hill, I think, was also hyper aggressive to the point of crossing over a line. The way he sent Justin Allgaier, and maybe it wasn't as obvious. NASCAR, I don't think, penalized Austin Hill for that, but Austin Hill comes away with a victory. But the storylines of that race were just it was a mess. I think in Fox's broadcast in the NASCAR Cup Series, Mike Joy compared the Xfinity race to a dumpster fire. And then he apologized, said that was not accurate because a dumpster fire is contained, and it felt like Saturday's Xfinity race was an uncontained cluster. So a lot of the stories out of Martinsville, even more so than the struggles to pass in the NASCAR Next Gen Cup car, is talking about the Xfinity series and just how to fix this, right? Like, there have always been, aggression in NASCAR. It's a physical form of racing. But I think you look at the way things went down on Saturday, and I think we all agree that lines were crossed, and NASCAR has to step in, and they've done it with penalties, but at the end of the day, I do think the drivers, the veterans in that series will have to step up. They're going to have to kind of educate the guys. You look at guys like Justin Allgaier, even a guy like Brennan Poole, who finished in the top five, maybe doesn't run for one of the top teams in the series, but running for Alpha Prime, still has a lot of seniority in that series. I think you just kind of have to sit down with some of the younger guys and kind of teach them respect, because if you don't, then they get up to the Cup Series and they race the same way. And nobody wants that, right? Like, nobody wants to see, guys just dive bombing it into corners, not respecting the equipment, not respecting their opponents. It's just not a sustainable way of racing the series. And at the end of the day, somebody's going to get hurt. And maybe that's part of the problem too, right? We're all very grateful for the advances in NASCAR that have allowed drivers to compete, and we've seen so much less in the way of injuries. But at the end of the day, this is still a dangerous sport, right? Like you still have guys like, Alex Bowman had a concussion not too long ago. So I think you just have to have some talks with the younger guys about respect. I think NASCAR has to crack down harder on the penalties. I do want to say that part of the problem with this too is just the when in you're in format. We saw it with Austin Dillon at Richmond last year. I think Sammy Smith's attempt to win Martinsville on Saturday was very similar to Austin Dillon's move. Just not a good look for the sport. So we'll see how the Xfinity Series kind of monitors that moving forward. But we don't want to see another race like we saw at Martinsville, where even beyond the last lap, right? Like this race had devolved well before Sammy Smith sent Taylor Gray there at the end of the race. Like there was over aggression, I think, throughout the race. So we'll see how that changes moving forward. Once again, though, follow Apollo for your NASCAR coverage from the Bayou City. You see this great shirt I have on, courtesy of Homefield. Make sure if you want to get some vintage college apparel, also some great NASCAR apparel like the Tim Richmond hat that I often wear, use promo code WHOOP for 15% off your first purchase. And stay tuned for more coverage. We're headed to Darlington next. I love the throwback paint schemes that we'll have at Darlington. Can't wait for next week.